Welcome back to another edition of Throwback Thursday, where I will be reviewing the Robin Trower Living Out of Time concert DVD. It comes in a standard plastic DVD case with no booklet inside, but the set list and credits are shown on the back of the case and on a 2-page insert inside of the case. So, back when I was still in elementary school, circa the mid-70s or so, I could always count on my older brother Dave for a couple of new albums on my birthday. The deal was I got to pick one album of my choosing, which was probably some Kick-Ass Styx, Foreigner, or Kiss, as long as he got to pick the other album, thereby sprinkling a little color on my rather limited musical palette. Being 12 years older than I, he usually picked some crap that I had never heard of or wasn't exactly interested in hearing at that young age. 1976 was the year that my album choice was also accompanied by Robin Trower's Bridge of Sighs. Who the hell is this Robin Trower chick, and what's with that weird album cover, man? Back then, album cover art was very influential to my album purchasing decisions, since I didn't actually know jack shit about music yet. The first Black Sabbath album I ever purchased with my own money was Technical Ecstasy, solely because it had the coolest album cover. Little did I know it was one of their worst albums, but I still enjoy it. Fast forward a half century and my music collection still proudly features every one of those albums that my brother got me. Santana, Braxis, Inner Vision, Steely Dan Asia, Beck Ola, which are all considered masterpieces now. Well, my brother's master plan to broaden my musical horizons was slowly having an effect, because even for an 11-year-old dunce like myself, the powerhouse psychedelic-laced blues rock I found on Bridge of Sighs was a revelation. I still consider Bridge of Sighs to be one of the greatest guitar albums of all time, even though I still don't know what the hell that thing on the cover is. Living Out of Time Live was recorded at the Harmonie in Bonn, Germany for the Rockpalast TV show on March 9th, 2005, which was also Robin Trower's 60th birthday. When he first takes the stage, Trower is greeted by the audience singing Happy Birthday and showering the floor with the huge sparklers. For a 60-year-old dude, Trower still played like he was still in his prime, though. To prove it, he confidently kicks off the proceedings with his Bridge of Sighs classic, Two Rolling Stoned, and proceeds to lay down one of the best live versions I have ever heard. Wisely, he also visits 3 more of that album's best songs, Day of the Eagle, Bridge of Sighs, and a little bit of Sympathy. He does not compromise either, as each of these classics get the full or extended treatment. Sighs in particular sees Trower nearly slip into trance as he takes a song on a mesmerizing 10-minute journey full of stunning improvisation. The focus of this performance was definitely on the new stuff, though, as he introduced 4 new songs from his 2004 album Living Out of Time, along with the unreleased song Close Every Door. Normally I'd be bitching to just stick with the classics, but the new stuff, such as Sweet Angel, What's Your Name, Living Out of Time, and Please Tell Me, easily stood head-to-head with some of his very best material. Trower's playing was every bit as heavy and aggressive as it was 30 years prior to. He certainly hadn't mellowed out or slowed down with age like many of his contemporaries have at that same age. For this tour and the new album, Trower re-enlisted his late 80s lineup of Davey Pattison on vocals, Dave Bronze on bass, and Pete Thompson on drums. This is one hell of a tight band that really knows how to bring the most out of Trower's music. Pattison's vocals are soulful and gritty, and he sounds enough like the late great James Dewar to make you think you were hearing the original band again. His stage presence was almost non-existent, though at times you nearly forget he was up there, but his powerful vocals made this some of the best live Robin Trower performances I had heard in a while. By the reaction of the rather lifeless German crowd, you would never know it though, but this is pretty much standard behavior for them back then, I suppose. They appeared sufficiently awed, just very polite about it. The audio was mixed perfectly for this type of show. Trower's guitar was right up front with a raw and muscular sound. The bass was deep and defined, and every tool of the drum kit stood out brilliantly in the mix. I was comparing this against some of the older live Trower material that I own, and this is about as good as it gets. The widescreen video presentation looks good, but some of the handheld camera shots were kind of shaky and out of focus at times. The director provided an abundance of excellent close-ups showing Trower's fluid fretwork, but often switched camera angles much too quickly for my taste. I would have appreciated more shots of the entire stage, showing the whole band up there playing together and giving you a better feel for the overall atmosphere of the live venue. My biggest complaint is that the performance is much too short at only 72 minutes. The extra features include an interview with Trower that finds him discussing his beginnings in the music business, such as opening for the Beatles when they share the same management, his time in Procol Harum, and on up to his current resurgence at the time. The set list shown here featured 13 songs, and the total runtime was only about 72 minutes. As for my ratings of this concert DVD, my overall production rating is a 7 out of 10, and my overall performance rating is an 8 out of 10. So 20 years have already passed since Robin Trower's excellent birthday performance on this DVD. And at the age of 80, he is still out there touring extensively and still putting out new music. God bless him. All right, that's it for me today. Let me know your thoughts on Robin Trower's Living Out of Time live DVD in the comments. And please don't forget to like and subscribe for more. Thanks, and catch you next time.